that doing it?
You're on, girl.
I'm on. We're on. Okay. Okay, so you should have already completed your questionnaire, and you had two sides to this, and this monitored both your personality style in pace and your personality style in your priority. And we'll talk about what that means in a minute. But on this worksheet, you had two pairs of statements, and you were asked to circle the one that was most like you. And then at the bottom of the page, total up how many were the odd numbers and how many were the even numbers. Do you all have it completed to that point? Yep. Great, great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to apply your responses here to the survey to a diagram so that you can chart out where you fall in the DISC assessment of personality types. So we'll start by looking at the worksheet in front of you. You'll see it has the diagram that's empty, so I'll show you how to chart these responses onto your diagram here. And then below that are some of the descriptors of the DISC personality styles. I left the actual letters off the quadrants on the diagram so that you can't figure it out ahead of time and start looking below. Sometimes people like to go ahead and say, oh, I like what an S sounds like. I think I want to be an S. So I intentionally left that off. So we'll play that together. So to make this a little simpler than the diagram that you have in front of you, we're going to break that crossbar up into one line at a time. So I'm going to start with a vertical line on your diagram. The center point here is where it intersects with the other line on the diagram in front of you. Any questions about that? Okay. This vertical line that we have here is going to measure your pace. So if you turn your questionnaire to your preferences based on your pace, these are the answers that we'll start with first. This is going to measure whether you are fast-paced or slow-paced. And what I want to say about that, this isn't a designation of how quickly or how slowly you move. This is really a rating of how your internal engine operates. It's like if you're a car. Does your engine rev at full blast all the time, ready, ready, ready to go? Or is it quiet? Is it more of a slow hum when it idles? It's more how your internal system operates. Just like a fast revved car or a slow steady car, you can both go the same speed. But it has to do with your internal engine. So when you look at your answers, you'll notice that you have answers for the odd number questions and the even number questions. So in order to diagram this out easily, can I have somebody volunteer their numbers? Go ahead and chart it out. Kirsten. Okay.
Okay. I have 10 for odd.
Okay.
And 2 for even.
Okay. 10 for odd and 2 for even.
Same.
Ding, ding.
Really?
So the odds, ding, ding.
She's the same.
Great. The odds are the fast-paced category. So if you had all of them odds, you'd have a maximum of 12. So this center point here is 0. And the top would be 12. So if you're at a 10, your mark's about there. So go ahead and mark your 10 point on the fast category of your arrow. And on your slow pace category, again, 12 being the highest, you were at a 2. Okay. So each of you go ahead and mark your even and odd numbers on your vertical arrow based on whether it's in the fast category or the slow category, above or below your cross point line. Any questions on that? Okay. The horizontal line is the line that measures your priority. And by priority, it means where you place your focus. And your focus is either placed on your task or on people. Now some people think, well, if I'm high in task, then I'm not a very nice person. I should be nicer. I should be more people-oriented. I see you laughing over there, Adrian. So I just want to release you from the shoulds. This is not an indication that if you are high on task that you are not good with people, or that if you're good with people that you're not capable of following through on task. This is just your personal focus. When you go to accomplish something, do you focus on the task first or on the people first? And both are needed. Task-oriented people focus on the tasks at hand in order to free people up to do what they need to do. Whereas the people-oriented people deal with handling the people first so that they can be cleared up to do the task. So it's just your matter of priority, where you place your focus. So again, the center point being 0 and the outer edges being 12. Kirsten, go ahead and give me your responses on your priority survey.
Odd was 4.
Okay.
And even was 8.
Okay. Odd was 4. Odd is on the task side. So from the center point to the left, the odd numbers are categorized there. And from 0 out to the right are the even numbers, and you were an 8. Okay. Does anyone have any questions with how to chart their numbers on? Okay, the next thing what we're going to do is connect all of the dots. So just wherever your intersecting marks are, start connecting the dots. So looking at this diagram, which quadrant is Kirsten the highest in? The top?
Top right.
Right, which is fast-paced and people-oriented. Okay? So this is your primary personality style. Okay. Just a reminder to turn off the cell phones. Do that. Okay, so let me tell you which these categories are. D is the upper left quadrant. High in task, high in your pace. I, fast-paced, high on people. S, your focus is on people. You tend to be slower paced. Your internal engine runs slower. And C, high on task, slower paced. So D tends to be your more directive, determined individuals. The I's are the influencers. Those are your highly social individuals. S are the supporters. And the C are the conscientious or corrective individuals. Very important to pay attention to details if you're a C. If you're a D, you've got the task at hand, you want to get it done fast and move on to the next thing. If you're an I, it's all about the people and interacting and how many people can you embrace all at one time. And the S balances the people but takes it a little slower. So S's tend to be more one-on-one rather than groups. So are there any questions about what you've discovered on your chart? No? Okay, so in front of you, just want to draw your attention to the descriptor sheet in front of you titled Disc Descriptors and the Value to the Team. So this not only lists the descriptions about each of the personality characteristics, but it also discusses the value that each area brings to a team. So I want you to take just a couple minutes to look at that on the category that fits you, and circle the words that are particularly meaningful to you, the ones that you feel are particularly accurate in describing you. Now, the best way for you to learn about each other is for each of you to teach the others in the group. So what we're going to do is give you another minute to finish looking at those descriptions, and then we're going to break you into your groups according to your personality types. Let you talk amongst yourselves as to what is really important about your personality characteristic that you need to share with the rest of the group. What is it that you want the rest of the group to understand about you? And then we'll give you each a chance to interact with the group and tell them those things that are highly important to you.